Hi, everyone. So we come to you today with some very exciting, very breaking news that just happened. Elise Stefanik has suspended her gubernatorial ambitions. She has suspended her campaign in New York and has announced that she will not seek re-election in the House of Representatives. And I'm going to bring in Julie. She's in her car, so I think she's just going to be audio only here for a second. But let's bring in Julie here to talk about this. Hi, Julie.
Hi, everybody. Hello from my car. I am winging my way actually past, as a matter of fact, right past Bedminster, Trump's golf course, as we speak, with his stupid, massive, humongous flagpole that anybody who doesn't have any kind of insecurity about the size of anything would never have in real life.
Of course.
But I wish I could show you. I wish I could show you what I'm seeing, but I'm not going to. I don't want to get into an accident. But Michelle,
Yes.
can I just pause for a second to say this? This is not really about Elise Stefanik, although we could have a lot of schadenfreude about her.
But
this
it
is about
is.
every single person who gave up their integrity, everything they ever stood for, every ounce of self-respect, to bow down to the orange dictator, or as you call him, Orange Julius. And it never works out. Scott Jennings, you're probably next. Lindsey Graham, all of these people. It does not work out.
I am just, so for me, yes, it's about that. But as you, if you don't know, if you're just joining us here on the Mayday Network, which we hope you will like and subscribe to, I'm from Elise Stefanik's district. That's where I grew up. And she has represented the area for several terms now. And she has proven herself to be a craven, soulless human being who went from being labeled this Harvard-educated, Bush staffer, compassionate conservative to total MAGA wingnut, who sold her soul, like you said, to get in the good graces of Donald Trump, who kicked her to the curb, not once, not twice, but 3 times. She was not chosen as vice president. She was to be nominated for UN ambassador. He pulled her nomination to make way for some other guy who messed up, and because it's always a boys' club, and she knows that. And but still, it doesn't stop her. And then now, so she, I'm sure, was promised by Donald Trump that she would get the endorsement. But then his friend Blakeman from Nassau County, who's like a total white guy mofo, he was like, well, I like her, but I like him too, and you guys have fun. And the center of her whole campaign was going to be Zohran Mamdani, the socialist. But people are warming up to him, and was a 19-point lead that Kathy Hochul had in early polls against her. So for all of these reasons, and for the reasons that, again, she is a soulless, craven, manipulative, operating individual who has done the people of her district an incredible disservice year after year after year, including members of the military, people who are underemployed and underserved in her district, for the mean and vicious nature of her campaign and the people that surround her. I used to make this, and I made an ad when I was at Lincoln Project. You can go find it. It's called Mean Girl. And it's literally all about how she is a mean girl. And she's not Regina George. In case you were ever wondering, she's not Regina George, guys. She is Gretchen Wieners. She is the Gretchen Wieners of the situation. She is always on the outside, looking in, hoping that people will like her. And her father, the inventor of the toaster strudel, I'm sure will be very upset about this. So, Julie, what other thoughts do you have?
First of all, I did not know her father invented the toaster strudel.
Well, no, he did. No, he didn't. I mean, I'm making a Mean Girls joke. I'm making a Mean
Oh,
Girls
it's a
joke.
Mean Girls joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because Gretchen Wiener says throughout the movie, because she's like, I don't like this, and she goes, and my father, the inventor of the toaster strudel, would be very Very mad
So
about
that's
this.
very funny because I have not seen that movie in so long. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. That was always like the
Um,
premise of like my tweets and my ads and videos and stuff that I made about her.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not know that. So
No.
I take back.
It's insidery. Yeah.
But
Anyways.
you know, I'm going to say this. First of all, everything you just said is absolutely right. Bruce Blakeman is from Long Island. He used to be married to Paul McCartney's current wife, which gives somebody like Donald Trump, who's into celebrity, just a little bit of sparkle and stardust that he's got on him as a result. Long Island is a lot closer to Queens than wherever Elise Stefanik is from. I don't know where she grew up, Albany, I guess.
She grew up in the capital region. Yep.
Yeah. But what I also find interesting and fascinating about all of this is that, you know, Elise Stefanik is not Donald Trump's cup of tea, and she never was. And I will explain why. For the same reason that Lindsey Graham is not Elise Stefanik's cup of tea. Because they sucked up so obviously after being so critical of him. Remember, she was one of the first Republicans to say that Trump should drop out after the grab him by the pussy tape. She was very critical. She wouldn't even mention Trump by name. And then on a dime, she came groveling when she saw which way the wind was blowing. She's a barnacle on the ass of anybody who's powerful. First it was George Bush. Then it was Paul Ryan. Now it's Donald Trump. And Trump doesn't respect people like that.
No.
He doesn't.
She is the female J.D. Vance. She is the female J.D. Vance with just a slightly better pedigree in her upbringing. That is literally it.
But it's the female part.
Yeah.
That is problematic because no matter how much she tried to get Mar-a-Lago face going, and no matter how much weight she lost, and she tried, and how much weight she lost, and listen, I think all these women who have Mar-a-Lago face look awful, so I'm not, and I would never be critical of what anybody looks like. I'm saying this as somebody who knows what Donald Trump is into. She couldn't get that going if she tried.
No.
And by the way, good for her because she doesn't look as awful as the rest of them do. But Trump doesn't like the way she looks. He doesn't like the fact that deep down he knows she disdains him. He doesn't like the fact that he doesn't trust her. He kept kicking her to the curb, and she kept crawling back. He doesn't like her. He doesn't trust her. He doesn't find her attractive. And unlike J.D. Vance, she is a woman, and that makes her even worse off in his mind than otherwise.
Yep. And she, this couldn't happen to a more deserving person. She deserves this to happen to her. And the thing that's even more just like telling, Julie, is that she won't even put up a fight. That's the thing. She doesn't even have enough integrity to put up a fight and fight. Like, if she really, really wanted to serve the people of the state of New York, and she believed that she was the person to do it, and she did not agree with the way that things were going in the House and the way that Donald Trump was doing things, she had a very unique, maybe small window of opportunity to put up a fight, but she didn't. She laid down and she's taken it again. Now, we talked on the phone briefly before we came on, and you were like, she's probably going to go to Goldman or somewhere like that and go make a fortune, which is like not terribly surprising. This is what people do after they leave their jobs in government. And because there is no grace period between people leaving their jobs in the government and going to work in the private sector and vice versa, she'll go and make a shit ton of money. That's just how it works. But I just, for a woman who just has sold her soul truly in every way, I cannot emphasize this enough. What a terrible person she is. And, my friend Tedra Cobb, who I will be calling after this, ran against her twice. And I've seen the Oppo packet. I mean, like, it's not that she has anything terribly like personal that's like salacious or anything like that, but a lot of the things that she has done have been in direct conflict with the stuff that she talks about. She votes against the safety of women. She votes against the military. She votes against poor people. I mean, she is not the compassionate conservative that she set out to tell the world that she is. She is Gollum. She is Gollum from Lord of the Rings, who, like you said, it's her proximity to power. She is a barnacle on the ass of anybody who can get her to the next place. And the people of New York 21, unfortunately, were a stepping stone for her to try to become president of the United States. And I think she's realizing that, I mean, and we've been talking about this today, yesterday, that the MAGA split, this is MAGA 1.0. There's going to be MAGA, or, you know, the America First, which is the 2.0. And there is no place for her in any of that. None. Zero. So she's going to take the Paul Ryan route. She's going to take the Paul Ryan route.
Yeah, that's fine. She'll probably, Paul Ryan, if she's still in touch with him, will be,
I'm sure.
maybe on the board of Fox. But, like, look, here's the reality. When you're calling your friend Tedra Cox, spare a moment for Liz Cheney, who must be laughing her ass off right now.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Liz Cheney, I know that Liz Cheney has just gone through a horrible personal crisis with the death of her father. This is not about my liking or disliking the Cheney family.
Mm-hmm.
This is just about the fact, this could be Liz Cheney, it could be anybody. She just Trump did to her what she did to Liz Cheney.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you remember, Liz Cheney did the right thing for once in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And when she did, Elise Stefanik chose that moment to do the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as your former colleague over at Lincoln Project says, everything Trump touches dies.
Listen, I don't know. Yeah, of all the things that people have said over there, that is the most on the nose thing that I think anybody could brand to this movement, is that anybody who puts their interest and their well-being in the hands of Donald Trump, it's, she is, oh man. And again, like, I cannot tell you enough. Being from that district. Now, mind you, I haven't lived there in over 20 years, but my whole family lives there. My parents live there. I know that district like the back of my hand. But it's just, she's such a fraud. She's a fraud. She is nothing what she says she is.
But they're all frauds. That's the thing, right? Like, Mike Johnson must be celebrating today because all the people who are coming at Mike Johnson, all the women, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fascinating to me that she chose today of all days to do this, knowing that the Epstein files are all anybody's talking about. Girlfriend has to get over herself. She's not important enough for this to be wall-to-wall coverage anywhere on network news, even if the Epstein files weren't coming out. She's just a rando from upstate New York who is in House leadership.
Yep.
Great. She's not Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has a profile that she built up for herself. She's not the Speaker of the House, who she's been trashing. But this woman, despite all of this, did not get on the discharge petition to extend Obamacare subsidies, did not get on the discharge petition to release the Epstein files till the very last moment. She was a disgraceful, spiteful,
I think I lost.
suck up.
Oh, there she is.
Trump wanted.
Yep.
I don't know if you lost me.
I got most of it.
Anyway, I gotta jump because everybody is. I'm about to go into part of this drive where my cell phone service is gonna get out.
All good, Julie. Thank you for jumping on. I was just like,
but we will have much more to talk about tomorrow on Sanity Saturday, and we will also talk about how the Republicans, including specifically the Department of Justice, just completely violated the law by not releasing all of the Epstein files, despite the fact that unanimously, practically except with one exception, both houses of Congress passed and Donald Trump signed this law.
Yeah, I mean, but Marjorie
Nothing
Taylor Greene.
matters to these people.
nothing matters. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, I mean, for as performative as I'm sure this is, tweeted out like, it's the law. They have to do this. And I was like, well, maybe welcome to the world where we watch Donald Trump break the law over and over and over again, and nobody does anything, and no one enforces the law, no one stops him, and that's just how the world is now. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene, while you leave Congress, maybe talk to your friends on the way out, because it is the Republicans in Congress that do have the power to actually do something about this, but we all know that is never going to happen. So,
Yep.
anyways,
Indeed. All right. Okay.
Julie, I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Julie.
Bye, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, Julie. Guys, so I mean, OMG. It's just great. It's great. I wasn't gonna have a cocktail tonight, but I actually think I'm going to now because this is something to celebrate. I am going to find all of the Schadenfreude in this, which is Schadenfreude, finding pleasure in other people's pain. I am going to find pleasure in this in the form of a dirty martini, a blue cheese martini. If you are not new to this channel, you know that I have talked about my blue cheese martinis and how much I love them, and I will be having one this evening. I'm not going to belabor the point. We get the news. Elise Stefanik has suspended her gubernatorial campaign to be governor of the state of New York, the great state of New York, and she also will be giving up her seat in Congress. She will not be running for re-election in New York's 21st Congressional District, which covers most of the top part of the state. It's a very geographically huge place covering, a lot of the Adirondacks, the North Country, which she never really was in sync with because she's not from there. She used her parents' vacation home to run for Congress there, and then had Paul Ryan and Karl Rove get on a plane and clear the field for her very early on. So she's never really had to go against a formidable opponent. I mean, no disrespect to my friend who ran, but it was, she was not someone that the D Trip was going to give money to or anything like that. And it was always an underdog race. And as my friend Tedra said, after the second time she ran, I remember she said to me, "You could be Jesus Christ in that district and still not win." But there are some great people who I think are going to run in New York 21, including Democrat Blake Gendabine. He is a dairy farmer from the North Country. I implore everyone to go to his social media accounts. I believe it's like Blake for Congress or something like that. Blake Gendabine is his name. He has been at it here since her initial nomination to be UN ambassador, I think is when he came out swinging. And then, ever since he's like, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the long haul. So that will be a very exciting open seat to pay attention to next year. And as Elise Stefanik's one of her biggest haters, I will be jumping off this live now on this Friday evening at 4:42 p.m. Eastern time. I love everyone in the chat too. They're like, "Cheers to you, Michelle." Correct. I'm going to go call my parents too, because I'm sure that they're watching this live right now. It's so good. It's so good, guys. It's so good. And I'm actually going to go check out the Bulwark. I love the people over at the Bulwark. I am a subscriber. I'm going to go turn on their channel now to see what they have to say, because they feel similarly as I do about Elise Stefanik, but from a different vantage point and other side of the aisle, as you will. Everyone, please have a happy and safe Friday evening. Do something to make yourself happy. Whatever that's, a cup of tea, martini, maybe just put your feet up, take a break, and bask in the glory, bask in the glory that is Elise Stefanik suspending her gubernatorial campaign and leaving Congress. Everyone, have a good night. We'll see you soon.